Good morning. Our daily devotion for today, Wednesday, November the 4th, comes to us from 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. He made us competent as ministers of a new covenant, not of the latter, but of the Spirit. For the latter kills, but the Spirit gives life. Sorry, kind of messed up my reading there, but you get the gist. So it's interesting, and I always like to look at what the daily reading is and how maybe that relates to where I am individually and where some of you might be and where our nation is, and etc. And so a little bit before sitting down to film this morning, took a look at my news feed, and so far we do not have the finals for the election, and so we don't know if which candidate's going to win. And I know some people are predicting, but I don't have any idea, and hopefully we'll know later today, but we'll see. But what's interesting is with today's reading is it reminds us of a few things. That God has made us competent as ministers of a new covenant. Now, when we talk about the new covenant, we're talking about the covenant through Jesus Christ. And that spirit of this new covenant brings life. And that is something that is there regardless of the outcome of this election. I think we all need to be reminded that it's not who sits in the White House in the Oval Office. It's who sits on the throne that is most important. And that's not to downplay the importance of elections. They are important, and certainly. But regardless of how important that is, what's most important is that new covenant that we have. The Spirit that gives us life. That we remember that God has made us competent in this new covenant. And that competence is not dependent upon what's happening in society, what's happening in our nation. I know there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of angst, a lot going on, but that's not where we draw our strength. That's not where we draw our identity. And I believe that as long as we remember that, and we stand fast in that, and we allow ourselves to be guided by God's Spirit, knowing that our competency and our abilities come from Him, we'll be able to navigate whatever the next 4 years brings us. And not because the best candidate is in the Oval Office, but because the ultimate candidate is on the throne. So my hope and prayer for all of you today is that you do recognize the new covenant that we have through Jesus Christ, and that you allow Him to transform you, to equip you, to mold you, and make you competent for what you have been called to do. And understand that it is through His Spirit that we ultimately gain life. Have a great day. God bless. We'll see you next time.